Hi, so today I wanted to show you Ollama. Now, what is Ollama? Ollama is an orchestrator similar to how you have Kubernetes, and then it lets you organize Dockers within your system. Similar way, you have Ollama and it lets you organize models in your system. So you can run open source models within your system. And those open source models are listed here. So you can see GPTOS, DeepSeek, Gemma, Quen, right? These are all our top performing models that are open source, as in they are free to use as per their licenses, and it doesn't cost you anything other than your hardware configuration. Now, what is the difference between open source models and running them locally versus your typical ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, right? What happens when you give a prompt to ChatGPT is, once you give it a prompt, it doesn't process in your system, right? It's an API call. So you put something here, it goes back to OpenAI server, it processes the data, and then it gives back you the response. Similar way with Claude and similar way with Gemini. Does not matter that which model you are using, it's all the same. The data leaves your system and it goes back to another company. With Ollama, you can control that. With Ollama, you are in control with your data, where you want to put it, where you want it to be stored, right? And you can use basically any model that is available for free. This is GPTOS. This is a model that is created by OpenAI, and this has also been open sourced last week. And I'll show you how to run this also. Although like the base it requires 14 GB itself, and my system is 8 GB, so it probably will not run. But I'll show you how we can do that as well. So we have DeepSeek as well, Gemma as well. Now we'll go to see how we can install this in our system and run this. So we'll go to models, and then we are already in models. We'll click download. Once you click download, you will get which machine you want it to download for. Click download, and then a file will be downloaded. Right? I've already downloaded it. It's not a complex installation. What happens is, once it is downloaded, you click it. Open it somewhere, and this kind of interface opens up. I'll not reinstall it because it's installed, but all you need to do is move it and then install, right? It's that simple. Once you have it installed, what do you do after that? Once you have it installed, I'll show you first how we can use this with terminal, and then I'll show you how we can use it without terminal. Okay, so this is not visible. Let me move the screen somewhere, and I think this is still too small. Let's increase the size, and this should be visible. To see if Ollama has been successfully installed in your system or not, you do Ollama, and it will give you what commands are available to you. Serve, create, show, run, stop, pull, push, list. This is how you do Docker PS, right? Shows the running Dockers containers. It shows the running models. Copy, remove, and help. So to copy model, remove a model, right? You can also have a custom model that is not present in Ollama. You can configure that as well and run in your in your system, but we are not going to cover that right now. Okay, so I'll choose the first one. Let me just do Ollama serve. See, Ollama serve is done. Now you see this URL is there. What has this command does is, it has created an online server as a local server that is in our system now, and then if you go to that local server, you will be able to see that Ollama is running and the port is 11434. So that way, if you have something like Postman, you can use that as well to create a tool that uses the API endpoint. Although you don't need to do that, you have Python libraries with Ollama that makes the integration much simpler, right? Okay, we'll go back to our server. We'll just stop this. Okay, Ollama server is not stopping. Yeah, control C. Okay, so if our model is running, you need to stop the model. You do control T, and if you want to stop the server, you do control C. Let's run a model. Let's see which model. We also saw we have Ollama list, right? Ollama list. It will list the models which are currently present in our system. So we have these 4 models. Okay, now what if you want a model that is not present in your system? So again, what models did we have? We are not going to pull a big model right now. Gemma released a very small model yesterday, so 270 billion parameter model, and we are going to pull this one, and also this is going to be pulled very fast, so we have time constraints. I'll do Ollama pull. Although you can do Ollama run that model if it is, and if you do run and the model is not there, it is still going to pull, but I'm going to show you how you pull normally, right? So you do pull, and then it is going to pull the model from Ollama, and then it is going to place it in our system, and then we will be able to use it. What else, right? Meanwhile, this is running. This is the terminal, right? And not everybody will be used to terminal. Apart from terminal, we also have the option of using Ollama with a UI. Previously, the Ollama UI was not present, so people would use something like Open Web UI framework that lets you create a ChatGPT kind of interface. But now you can directly, okay, I am on a Mac, so there is an Ollama icon that is highlighting at the top. This is out of the recording screen, so I can't show you, but see at the top right corner you can see Open Ollama. If you are using a Windows, it will show you at the bottom. You will have an up arrow key, just click that and you will see Ollama. You click Ollama and it will open this chart interface in front of you. Right now we are not going to cover this. First we will cover the CMD, and then I'll show you how we use this, and within this only I'll show you how you can use the GPT-OS, the OpenAI model, although it's 16 GB and your system probably does not have 16 GB. Mine does not have. Okay, now it is done. What I'll do, instead of pull, I'll just do run now. Again, I am repeating, if you had run Ollama run Gemma this parameter thing and it was not in your system, it would have pulled it directly. Okay, so you see it loaded very quickly, and if I ask it something, hello, what can you tell me about 15th August in India? Why is it special? I hope it doesn't give a bad answer. But see how fast this is, right? And an LLM running that fast in your system, and you don't have to pay nothing for it, right? And it is also going to give you all the details. Okay, this is the most significant day in India. This time is a reflection of community bonding and spirituality. Okay, why is it not mentioning Independence Day? Did it mention Independence Day? Celebrated 50 days. Hindu Lunar New Year. Okay, celebrated. I did not know that. Is it true? Is it Hindu Lunar Year? What did it say? Hey, let's Google this. I do not find this information. I don't know. Maybe this is correct. Let's see. Again, let's do something coding related. So write a Python code to explain oops. Okay, that is good. So you can see it is giving us the code as well. That is also running locally within your terminal. You do not need to depend on anything. You do not need to pay anything, and your company is also not probably going to block this. Now I'll just exit this. Control D. Sorry. To exit Ollama serve, you do Control C. If you want to exit a running model, do Control D. Now I'll clear this, and I'll go to my UI again. Click Ollama, open Ollama, and then you will have your UI running in front of you. Again, I think this is also not very big. I'll make the screen more big. I can't do that. Okay. Now which model is selected? This model is selected. 20 billion parameter. Again, as I said, I can't run this in my system. This is going to lag my whole system because it requires 16 GB and I have only 8 GB in my system. So for now, what I'll do is I'll go back to run 270 million parameter itself. Okay, I had another one as well. I had this 2 billion parameter as well. If you are getting confused between 2B 270M, so M is million, B is billion. It's the number of parameters on which a model is trained. Okay, so ideally, not ideally, traditionally, the more the number of parameters a model is trained upon, the better the model is going to perform. Although Past few months, some model with lower parameters have outperformed models with higher parameters. So the process is still going on, but you will see that a model which is trained highly on more number of parameters will be a larger model and will be typically better performing. Not always. Okay. Hello. Tell me about India's independent. Oh, it has autocomplete as well. I just noticed. Are independence. Okay, it will correct my spelling. If it doesn't correct my spelling, what's the point, right? See, now it is telling me something, and you can see the response is much clearer, much more readable than a normal CLI. So why would you not want to use this in your system if you can keep all your data locally, right? Again, as I said, that you can launch a server, use that in your code, or you can use it in your terminal, or you can use this in a UI. But you can use them using the Python libraries as well. I'll show you that as well, how you can do that. But now what I wanted to show you is this. So GPT OS, I'll go with 20. Let's go with 180. So this is that sure that it's not going to run in my system because it requires 80 GB. Now, even if I try to do it, I'll not do it because it will hang my system. Even if I try to do it, what is the first thing it is going to do? I'll show you with a smaller model. I don't have Gemma, a 3.1b in my system. I'll show you. Okay. If I run Ollama list, I don't have. I have Gemma 2b, 270b, but I don't have 1b. What happens if I run a model which I don't have in my system? As I said, if you don't have it, it is going to pull directly. So it is going to pull that, and it is also going to show us the progress that okay, how much is it downloaded here till this point. But I don't want to do that, right? Same way, if I use the 1 billion parameter, I'll show you the size of it as well. What happened? I'm not able to move my screen. Why? Hurry. Okay, now again, right? Yes. Okay, sorry for that. I go to GPT OS and then I'll show you that this is 80, that the size is 65 GB, this size is 14 GB, and somewhere in the documentation also it mentions that what is the minimum number of RAM that you should be having. Yeah, see, so to run the small model you need 16 GB and to run the higher model you need 80 GB, and that too again GPU. My system does not have it, and I have now Ollama in my system installed. How do I run it? You use this, you turn on turbo. Now using, what is turbo again? We'll come to this page again, sorry. We'll come to this page again, we'll go to turbo. Now, right now turbo is in preview, so you can probably still use it. But after a point, turbo will be chargeable at $20 a month. And then it defeats the purpose of you running it locally. But you can still use open source models, customizing and all those all things, but it removes the purpose of running models locally. And if you have 80 GB of RAM, then feel free to not buy this. Why you will pay? If you can buy that much of RAM or something, right? We'll go to turbo and I'll just show you how fast turbo works. If I would have used a model that of this size in my system would have hanged. But let's see me running a 120 billion parameter. Hello. Explain the transformer architecture, right? Transformer architecture. does not take much time. How do I exit this? Okay, the screen got too big. But see, I am running a 120 billion parameter from Ollama, but it's not exactly running from my system. So that defeats the purpose of running it locally. And this one is searching the internet. So if it doesn't have any information, it will be able to search the internet. So tell me about yesterday's news in Delhi. It is probably going to give me, I'll turn everything on. It is probably going to give me about stray dogs. So let's see what does it give. It is searching for news. Again, that search is enabled because I enabled this button, and it is going through all the things which it can probably which probably relates. Okay, sorry, but yeah, this Delhi is on high alert. Monsoon, fatal tree fall incident. Yes, that happened. I saw the video. It was very bad. The state is moving to reward elite athletes. Okay, hey, there is no straight on news. Animal control. Okay, this is the one. I see. So this is about it. How you can use Ollama in terminal or in a UI. Now, how do you use it in code? For that, let's go to my blog. Time for some self-promotion, right? .hash.in? I don't remember. I believe. Let's see if it is correct. Okay, that's correct. This is explaining how you can create a local RAG within your system using Ollama. So this is quite detailed, and what I wanted to show you how is this point. So you need some libraries, and then when you are using Ollama, you need to define the model which you are running. And mind that if you are using it in your code, it will not automatically download anything. You need to first download it, keep it in your system, and then only you will be able to use that model when you are using a Python code. It's not. I need to install so many things. But this is a very straightforward tutorial on how you can run RAG locally in your system, and that is it for this video. And I will add this URL in my description, in the video description, and please feel free to go through this. If you find a problem, there is a comment section below here, and there's a comment section below the video as well. Let me know if you face any difficulties. Maybe next video what we can do is we can create a local RAG using Ollama, and that tutorial as well. But this is all that you need to know about Ollama to get started, to get developing, and that too free of cost. You can use Ollama to do all your AI based research and your tool applications. That is it for this video, and I hope you liked it. If you didn't like it, please do share me your kind feedback. Please do not hate me for anything, okay? And if you are new, and probably you are not new, and you have not liked the video, shared the video, subscribed to our channel yet, please do it. Thank you so much. How do I stop the video? It's here. Bye bye.